Hello. Welcome to Fun to Test. This is another video of a interview question. Today we are going to discuss about a TestNg annotations. So let's understand what are the TestNg annotations we have and how we can implement this. So before moving forward, don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe Fun to Tester. So first of all, what is a TestNg? So TestNg is basically a library. We can run our test and we can design the test and we can run in a desired order. Basically, in this we are going to understand what are the TestNg annotations are and how they work in with a real-time example, and we'll try to execute in a sequence and we'll see in which manner we are going to get the output. So basically in TestNg we are having a different type of annotations. Specifically for the test we are going to have this annotation. So like a test, before method, before class, after class, before suite, after suite, before test and after test. These are the basic annotations. So now what is the key use of this annotation? So first let's start with a before suite. So for example, let's say you are developing a test automation framework and you have to design your sequence. So for example, let's say before everything, before starting a execution, you need to do some setup or you need to grab some data or you need to make some DB connections. So you need to define a hierarchy. So let's say for example, to make manual testers life easy, you have created a wrapper class, and what that wrapper class does is basically it converts Excel file into JSON files and then you can use into your framework. So what you can do, you can use that methods into a before suite. Before even starting the execution, you can first convert in your Excel file into a JSON file. So that is a use of a before suite. So for example, let's say after once you have converted your all the test data, your test data is ready, there are no errors in a test data, and then basically what you need to do, you need to basically run your test. So you can go with a before test method and there you can launch your browsers and whatever activity you wanted to do, you can do that before test method. And then one more level down, which is a before class. So before class basically execute whenever, let's say you have a five different class. So before class will execute before all the classes, it will execute from the old classes, and there you can basically go into application, you can do the login or anything, and then there is a before method annotation, before groups annotation. So let's see with an example. So let's say I'm going to the IntelliJ. Let's first discuss with a basic example, which is a test and after method annotation, after method and before method annotation. So what test method will do? So basically test method are actual test method. We have to perform some testing, that area we are adding with a test method, but before that we wanted to execute some method. So for example, let's say there is the small application, banking application. We have two activity. First is a account creation and another is a fund transfer test execution. So we have basically two tests. First we are creating a account and then we are doing a fund transfer, but these two are independent tests. And first we are setting up a browser and we wanted to do the close browser after each test. So what before method will do, it will execute basically whenever this method is execute, it will first it will call before method, then it will execute test method, and then it will call after method, and then again it will call a before method, it then test method and after method. So whenever test method is going to executed, it will call a before and after method, and then next test method will going to execute. So here you can see we have run this test, and it is first calling this before method, and then account this test method is executed, and then we are closing a browser, and then for another test we are again calling a before and after method. But what if we have only one test? In that case, before and after method will execute only once. So let me remove this one test method, and now let's say for example, if we are running all the tests, and then you can see this before method and after method only executed only once. So let's see with another example. Here I have created a demo application, and here you can see all the annotations I have listed. So before suite, before test and class, and let's see the hierarchy, how in which order it is going to execute. So let's say I am going to run the entire test, and here you can see first it is executed before suite. So before starting anything, it will execute a before suite method. First it is executed and then it went to before test method. So basically it is executed before test and then it is executed before class method. Here you can see before class method is executed and then before method. So you need to understand the hierarchy. First is suite and then test and then class and then method. So this is the hierarchy of a execution. Once and method will executed before and after each test method. So here I have a two test method. You can see before method executed twice because I have a two test method, and after method also executed twice. In the same way, once the test execution is completed, so first it will call up after class method and then after test method and after suite method. So if I'm going to remove this test method, one test method, then you can see only after method and before method will be executed only once. So if I'm going to run this, so now you can see before and after method only executed once. So this is the use of a different level of a TestNg annotation. If you wanted to achieve some hierarchy, we can go with we can plan basically this kind of a annotation. So we'll get to know that how the execution is going. Because what happens, let's say you have a 10 test you wanted to execute, but for all the tests you need to launch a browser only once, you need to convert data only once, you need to make the database connections only once. So you cannot write with a test method, so you need to rely on another annotations which is a before class, before test and before suite, and you can design end-to-end flow. Before going to discuss end-to-end scenario with a real example, let's have a demo of a AccelQ. AccelQ is a sponsor of this video, and using AccelQ, which is a no-code automation platform, you can automate mobile applications, web applications, API without writing a single line of a code. And if you have built application on using a Salesforce platform, you can achieve automation on that as well. Let's have a quick demo of AccelQ, and then further we'll discuss how we can use TestNg for a end-to-end execution.
AccelQ is a leader among continuous functional test automation providers and is trusted by Fortune 500 enterprises across industry verticals. AccelQ's AI-powered codeless test automation platform has proven to achieve 3 times the productivity and reduce test maintenance by 70%. That translates to over 50% cost savings and enables alignment with your continuous delivery. AccelQ brings the discipline, flexibility, and power of a conventional code-based setup into a codeless world. Automation-first, no-code capabilities make it easy for testing teams without programming expertise to develop automation in plain, natural English. The world is undoubtedly moving towards low-code, no-code, and cloud apps that present their unique set of testing challenges. Our game-changing technology, AccelQ Live, drives digital assurance across enterprise and vertical industry apps. Give your testing verifiable acceleration. Sign up for a free trial today.
So let's understand with the end-to-end flow. So here this is the sequence we discussed. And for example, let's say first I'm setting a suite. So first is a before suite method, and here basically I'm setting up the suite, is initializing WebDriver. Once it is done, then what I'm doing, I'm basically launching a browser. I wanted to launch a browser, so I can go with a before test method. And then I wanted to, let's say browser is launched, then I wanted to navigate to the website. So what I can do, then I can use driver.get method in a before class, and basically I will navigate it to the desired application. And then before method, so before method what I wanted to do, let's say for example preparing the test for some test related data I have captured in a property file or somewhere, and I wanted to fetch the data, so that I can have in a before method. And then actual test will come. Once test will executed, then tearing down, so cleaning up after test. So for example, let's say I wanted to write some data into some file, or whatever data I have modified during the test, I wanted to again move it into a default state, I can use after method. And then I have a after class method, additional cleanup. If I wanted to do some additional cleanup, then I can use after class method. After test method, basically closing the browser, I wanted to close the browser, and for example I have captured data, all the activities, logger activity and all this, and I wanted to release the resource or I wanted to flush the report, then I can use after suite. But basically in real time, this many annotations are not needed. Basically, maybe you can go with a two level, or maybe you can go with a only one level, like a before class or before suite, and before test you are skipping after class, or you are skipping a before method. So that is perfectly fine. You can use anything, but you need to understand it will run in a this hierarchy. It is not required that you need to use all these annotations, because the same thing you can achieve using listeners as well. We are going to discuss how listeners are going to work. If we have used annotations and if we have listeners, then what is going to happen. So this we are going to discuss in a further videos, but you need to keep this in a mind. It is not required to use all these kind of annotations, but based on the complexity of your framework, based on the hierarchy of execution, you can go with a different level of software annotations. And these are, you need to basically remember the sequence for the interview. So interviewer will ask, what if I have a one before test method, before class method, and two test methods, so what it will be the execution order. So you need to explain them execution order. So this is the key important interview questions for all the automations, whether you are applying for API automation or mobile where application automation, or any other automation. TestNg are a primary tool for automation engineers, and this question will definitely come for a 5 out of 3 interview for a 2 to 5 years experience candidate. So I hope this is clear, and if you have any doubt, feel free to ask me in a comment section. I'll be happy to answer. And don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe Fundu Testers.